Being realistic is literally like having a ball and chain wrapped around your feet where you can barely move forward. We see a handful of women that come to us, probably more than a handful of women, a lot of women that come to us and, they want to change their life. But at the end of the day, when you utter the words, well, I've got to be realistic, I can only do the program if I can afford it. It really depends how much it is. I only earn X, Y, Z. You have to realize that what you're doing is you are literally putting a lid on your life and you are allowing life to happen to you. You're not getting out of your comfort zone. You're not raising the bar. You're not fighting for your dream or fighting for yourself or fighting for your chance at changing. You are literally looking at your current circumstance and living inside of that. And that is flat out scarcity. And right now, uttering the words, I need to be realistic, is going to keep cockblocking you from receiving love, because there's nothing realistic about love. Love requires you to get to know who the fuck you are, to do the deep inner work. If you want a soulmate relationship, if you just want an average relationship, you don't have to do any of this work and you're in the wrong group. But if you want to have that creme de la creme relationship where you feel so seen, so supported, so held, so loved, with pleasure on tap, then you got to look at how you're treating yourself right now. I mean, do you really think that right now someone would want to date you? You've got to get honest with yourself. Because when I look back at myself, when I was living in that realistic lens and playing safe, I look back at that version of me and hells to the no, I would not have dated myself. I didn't have skin in the game. I wasn't fighting for myself. I was literally just waiting for the weekend to come so I could drink some more champagne and literally zone out, numb out. There was nothing special about the way that I was showing up. I was certainly not showing up for myself. So how could I have expected someone else to show up for me when I wasn't playing full out? Of course, I wasn't attracting men that were playing full out. I wasn't choosing me. I wasn't prioritizing me. I wasn't fighting for myself. I was living within my means, living within my circumstances, and not one thing was changing when it came to love and life. And that is what many of you are doing. You're contradicting yourself. You have the courage to actually come and book a call with us. High five, that's awesome. Or with someone else. But then after you've discovered, you know what, I really need to do this, you literally sabotage the call because you're like, nah, I can't afford that. Or, I don't know, that's just, that seems impractical. That's not rational. That's not realistic. And so I just want to fucking bust this myth right now to say you don't want your dream enough. If you're going to keep using those words of being realistic, you will not change your point of attraction. You will not change your life. You will not change the type of men that you're attracting in. You will keep being in the same place that you're in right now with the same bank account. Nothing's going to change because you're not trying hard enough. You're not out of your comfort zone. All right? So really think about the words that you're using right now. Are you someone that's going to do whatever it takes? Because let me tell you something. If you needed heart surgery this week, you wouldn't be being realistic. Wouldn't matter if you were dead broke. If you got the top surgeon who said, I could save your life, you're going to go, oh my God, I'll get off my ass and I will fucking crowdfund, or I would borrow, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. And I'm going to do whatever it takes because I want to live. And you would fight for yourself. This is no different. All right. It's the same mindset. And that is the attitude and the mindset of the women that I help. I can only help those women that are ready to be all in, that are ready to get resourceful, that are ready to fuck their excuses off and go, you know what? I am so done with writing a big fat check to fear. I want my dream, and that is my new non-negotiable, and no thing or no one or no bank balance is going to stop me because there's plenty of resources on this planet right now. It's just about choosing to get resourceful, all right? But you're the only one that can choose to fight for yourself. No one else can do it for you. And every time you say, well, I've got to be realistic and I've got to just be responsible and I've got to you take a step backwards and the universe looks back at you and goes, she doesn't really want to change. She's not serious. She's not all in. She's conditional. Okay? So that's why when you see the testimonials in this community of women that are literally now in a soulmate relationship, who, let me tell you, many of them, there was no way in hell that was going to happen when I first spoke to them. Yana, perfect example, came to me, could barely even express herself And now she's living with the love of her life, living her dream life. It's outstanding what can happen for you when you choose to do whatever it's going to take. But you got to have that fight. You got to have that winning attitude, because otherwise you are signing up for more scarcity. You are signing up for exactly what you've experienced right now. More dropkick men, or sitting in your story that love doesn't work for you, or whatever you're saying. All right. So no more realistic talk. If you're in this community, I'm always going to hold you to your highest and say, rise, sister, rise. It's time. As I said, otherwise you're just writing a big old fat check to fear, and you ain't getting anything in return other than suffering, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, all of the things. And you don't need to do that. There's support here for you. You can change like that, because you are fucking powerful. End of story. Mwah.